Excuse me. No, just 50 more bucks I didn't want to spend. I had to order in, because I could have sworn the energy suspension kit came with it. You know the shackle pads that go on the leaf springs? They weren't there, so I had to order some of those. Sorry, dry skin on the nose. I am not picking my nose, I'm picking at my nose. Just annoying as fuck this time of year. Tickles, itches, whatever you want to call it. So that, got a transmission pan leak too, so that's going to get taken care of as well. As well as putting a new transmission bushing in. No, I saw it. Kick chat's up. How was it not being right? Yeah, it's there. Weird, but okay. So the new leaf spring pads will be here Wednesday. Or not Wednesday, Tuesday. So everything will be done Wednesday. Okay. I gave the cats my lunch tray from when I was eating, and they're sharing. So let's see how much of Poppi we can get painted today. Yeah, so far my back's feeling okay. Hurting a little less. We'll really see tomorrow morning. Seems like through the course of the day it's alright. As soon as I stop moving, though, look out. That's better. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced the kind of pain that I'm talking about, where, you know, you pull something, you feel it pull during the day, and you're like, oh, it's nothing, I'll just kind of fight through it. And you actually feel alright when you get home. But then you go to bed. You don't move very much while you're asleep. And you wake up and everything's so tight that you're just howling trying to move. What? Only me? Okay. Oh, we've got a new neighbor down the street who has a 63 Dodge Dart that's set up for the drag strip. Tubbed out, wide tires, all that shit. And, you know, instead of just pulling it off the trailer, getting into his driveway and leaving it there, he decided to roll around the block because he noticed, you know, my car, my neighbor with his Roadrunner, you know. And it's one of those, you know, yeah, you got an old car. We're not the same. And I hate that about Utah. Is there's such a keeping up with the Joneses aspect to it. But it starts to devolve into a look how much money I can spend kind of thing with some people. And you just want to tell them to fuck off. Like, I didn't get my car to impress anybody or race or anything like that. And everyone's like, oh, you need to put a 350 in it. You need to get up to 800 horsepower. I don't need to do shit. I need to do what makes me happy and just drive what I like. Yep, I'm back, Alex. And as long as my car has enough oomph to go when I go around a corner too fast, then that's fine. I don't need to leave big black trails of rubber. And that's the other thing I don't like about the car community in this state. One thing when you're into older cars, especially in mixed up communities like mine, where it's a lot of different people from a lot of different places, don't shit where you live. And for some reason, I get the feeling this is the kind of guy that peels out in front of his house kind of thing. Don't make you owning your car a problem for the rest of us who own ours. Alright, first coat of red on. We'll let that dry. I could have sworn I had a cat on the chair. But yeah, I had to order the leaf spring insulators. I could have got them through work, but they wouldn't be here till the 29th. I kind of need them sooner than that, so I had to get them off Amazon. They're $40. No big deal, just... I kind of wanted to throw that into my savings after I got paid Thursday. But I also want to get the new leaf springs that I paid for put on my car. Is this thing on? Alright. While those are drying, we are going to start doing some brush painting. I'll take care of most of that after the stream. Or not. I'll get it right now. Fine. Be that way. Okay, that needs to be gunship gray. That needs to be gunship gray. Her arms need to be... No, I was talking about... I mean, I get what you're saying, because talking about past work history issues. No, we've got a new person in the neighborhood who just moved in, who's got a drag strip ready 63 Dart. And he drove it around like, I'm big boss now with big car, because he saw that I have my Camaro and my neighbor's got a 73 Roadrunner. And it's like... You just want to say, yeah, I see that your dick is smaller than mine. What do you want me to do about it? So, yeah, her arms. We're going to go with the black gray first. We're going to get her bodysuit painted, and then we'll work on the gunship gray stuff. And what I was talking about, shitting where you live, one thing a lot of people with built-up cars tend to do, especially around here, is they do burnouts and create noise in their neighborhoods, which lead to those of us who also have cars like that getting harassed. We don't want that. Let's shake that up a bit more. So these get the black gray. Like I said, her bodysuit too. No, it's not a question of whether or not he knows how to handle it. It doesn't impress us. Been around a lot bigger, a lot louder, a lot faster. And, oh yeah, I can drive mine every day. Legally. God damn it. Because one thing that, my neighbor and I don't do is we don't rev our shit, If we're out working on it, if we need to give it a bit of a thwump to make sure that what we're doing is right when we're tuning it, that's fine. He's got fucking open headers. It's only going to be a matter of time before he pisses off the wrong person starting that thing up too frequently. Because one thing that a lot of us here like is that we respect each other in terms of each other's boundaries and property and stuff like that. We're a quiet neighborhood. And all it's going to take is one dickhead to really fuck that up. Like I noticed a few weeks ago, somebody did a burnout in front of my house. And somebody asked if it was me. I'm like, no. I got posi, but mine aren't that wide. And I sure as shit wouldn't do a burnout in front of my own fucking house. Well, that's just it. He unloaded it from the trailer in front of his house where he could have just backed it into the driveway But he had to take it on a run around the block, like, look at me, I'm here. It makes us laugh at you more than anything, bud. Time and a place for that kind of car. And this neighborhood ain't the place for it in terms of driving it around. Cool you have it. I hope you win all the drag races. Not impressed. I'd be more appreciable if it was a regular car and, you know, the guy would just come up and say, hey, introduce himself, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, hey, I'm so-and-so, here's what I've got, what do you think? Instead of, look at my money, watch it drive by. Now I want to try and have a little fun with this model. She's got a bunch of these little indented areas on her, like that one. I'm not even working in the camera, alright, aren't I? So like, you see this area here, there's one on her thigh, there's a couple all over. On the character, they're actually like, almost like a subcutaneous light. And I want to see if I can use like orange and yellow and somehow get a glow effect going. I don't know, I'll think of something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I see my car as a car, as a necessity. I appreciate that it is an older Camaro and all that, but I see it as a car. I don't see it as a toy that I can just start up whenever I like and annoy the shit out of people with. I don't see it as an extravagance. I see it as something I need. And if you look at a car that's set up for a professional drag strip, it's not legal to drive it on the road. In terms of the wheels, the traction, spacing, engine type, all that. He probably does because technically he can. It's not subject to any safety or emissions standards. Ah! So in that, technically, yes, he can drive it on the road. Most other states, the cops would pull you over just for the fact that it's set up that way and it really shouldn't be on the street because it's not safe. And that's what I mean. They're trying to flex where there's nothing to flex to. There's no audience. I know someone's going to come in, well, you're talking about them, aren't you? Yeah. Because it's annoying when people are like that. It's like the same dickheads who have to come into a Cars and Coffee and rev their engines when they're not supposed to. Ah. And I find that kind of thing annoying, is all. Might help if I got back on fucking camera, wouldn't it? Brush is too fuzzy. I'm also starting to put something together in my head that finally works for the cicada. So hopefully we'll be getting on to that and finishing the figures and the display base for it. I'm not sure, but I think all this will be the dark gray color. Let me... Looks like. Okay. No, fortunately, my work, where I work now, is good. I don't bring it home with me. How's that? Not anymore. Or no, I shouldn't say I don't bring it home because I didn't bring my work home before. It doesn't follow me home like it used to. And I think that's a better explanation for what I used to experience. Because I would leave and all of my immediate responsibilities would be handled. Done, over with, you know. Yet others would create situations that follow me home. And that's where I was very firm with my new boss, and I told her, you know, I really don't feel like having anything more responsibility-wise than I've already got, because X, Y, and Z, and I explained it to her. And she's fine with it. And so far, nothing has followed me home. And the moment it does try and follow me home, that's when I'm going to put my foot down again. Because what got me at the old place was the actions of others would follow me home, and I would be the one coming in at 3 or 4 in the morning or whenever to handle the alarm or the unlocked door or what have you, yet there are no repercussions on the individual who left said door unlocked or allowed the alarm to get set off in the first place. Because they're not the one getting up at 3 in the morning to drive to a pretty fucking shady place to handle something, you know? Whether it be in the dead of winter when it's snowing or any other time. But what really did it for me, and keep an eye out because it could happen to you, Alex, because you just took vacation recently, right? Did they contact you at all while you were on vacation? Because my old boss did. And then had the audacity to say that I had a bad attitude and they thought my vacation would fix it. When, while I was on vacation, after the first week, they were calling me for things that I had prepared them for and told them about and, you know, basically stated that they need to handle because I would not be there. As soon as that happens, start looking for another place because that's not healthy and that's not good. It's like, oh, excuse me, you wanted me to take a vacation, yet I couldn't. 2 weeks in, you know? You're not even 2 weeks in. 1 week in, you guys are calling me and texting me about shit that I can't do anything about because I'm not there. And I'm getting calls in the middle of the night because people weren't doing shit right. So no, I really didn't get a vacation. I didn't say that though, I just remained quiet. That was the day before I just walked off. I knew I should have washed my hand before I did that. Let's see how much of that's gonna be. I don't think much of that's gonna be visible. Let's find out. But yeah, as soon as your employer even tries to say or do something like that, if you don't have an HR department that you know will have your back in that situation, or some other recourse, GTFO. It's downhill from there. They're targeting you, and it won't go well. But that's just from my experience. And I know the EU, you have much different employment laws and such than we do here. I was working for a non-profit at the time. There wasn't much I can do, and we didn't have an HR system. So I just said fuck it and left. Okay. That's going to be gunship gray. Those are red. These will be black once it dries, and I can handle it differently. This is definitely an interesting character to paint. And I probably could have said something along the lines of, "You mean the vacation I didn't get to enjoy because you kept contacting me?" I could tell at that point, by that point, it wasn't worth it anymore. It really wasn't. There was nothing worthwhile to retain anymore. Hey, Sidewinder, how you doing? Yeah, I'm still alive too, but barely. Okay. Well, in this case, barely means a lot of pain, but yeah. We're just throwing some paint onto Poppi from Xenoblade. Just trying to have a little fun. The back is feeling a hell of a lot better, though. I might do a short for the cicada to gauge interest in streams on that. Just with the cicada itself on the turntable. So what have you been up to lately? I thought you got started back into streaming a little bit. I could have sworn I jumped into one of yours right as you were ending one day. Yeah, that gets painted black too, so we're just gonna... Oh, what Transformers kits? Flame Toys, AMK... Or not AMK, Yellow Park... Yeah, I got the Yellow Park Prime and Shockwave kits, the 900 part ones. Oh my god, I love them. They are great. At least I thought they were. The AMKs are basically unassembled, pre-painted action figures, but they're fun. And the Flame Toys. Oh, Trumpeter! Oh, I love those. I've got quite a few of those. I know they're doing more of the Bayverse ones than the Bumblebee ones now. But yeah, I've got a few of those. Yep, little pre-painted. Yep. I've got RC, Cliff Jumper, Last Night Bumblebee, Bumblebee, Blitzwing, Soundwave from Bumblebee. There's quite a few of them out there. Oh, then you... Oh. I'm going to show you something. Something I printed. Give me 1 second. I don't know if you've been following on Instagram or anything. I gotta start painting him soon. Ow. This big man. Oh, sorry, Arnie. I just dropped my headphones on Arnie. Sorry, old man. But yeah, I printed Blackout in scale with Prime and Shockwave. The big Prime and Shockwave. And I will be fitting an LED in his head. Legs. But yeah, those... Oh, very nice. Those little Trumpeter Transformers kits, though, are honestly really amazing little bits of model kit. The amount of pre-painting Trumpeter did on the sprue, you have to see it to believe it. And then you can actually add even more after the fact. Yeah, I've never built a perfect grade Gundam kit, I'm afraid. One of these lifetimes I might. Oh, you always got to add the huge box to the collection. Well, no, I haven't done a Gundam kit, but I can say I've got a perfect grade style kit. In that I've got the Lead Mirage version 3 with Flame Booster by Zucchemaro. And I think that puts any perfect grade kit to shame, to be honest. That's the 5-star stories kit. Oh, no worries. Yeah. I just wanted to be sure I wasn't mistaken. Because I'm like, wait a minute, didn't he start... It's all good. So I don't know how much this affects you, but I saw an interesting headline today that America is going to start accepting free speech refugees. There you go. And I'm like, you know, I know it's getting ridiculous over there, but it can't be that bad yet. Whereabouts in Germany is she going to? Okay, by Frankfurt. I was going to say, if she's up near Bremerhaven, I can't seem to find the Type 21 U-boat kit anywhere, and I wanted to see if I could get one from the gift shop there. Come on. Come off there. I'm going to have to repaint that. Yeah, except she's completely cybernetic. If you've played Xenoblade at all, you'd know that she's some weird creation that's evolved into having this form. Used to be a lot more steampunky looking. And I'd have to dive into the lore a little bit, but it sounds remarkably like Poppi from Xenogears, and I know Xenoblade has ties to Xenogears. And I still have my original copy of Xenogears upstairs, and it's playable on my PS3. I just have to learn how to play it again. That they had a weird power level system for your attacks in it. And the first mini-boss kind of kicked my ass the last time I played it. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember that being that difficult. Well, maybe apparently it was. There we go. Put these over here. This over here. Because I want to do the black red next. There's a bunch of other figures I haven't finished yet. I just haven't got the motivation. I'm kind of stuck on them. This one's pretty straightforward. The other ones I'm kind of trying to decide what way I want to go on them. Okay. Black, red. You're not wrong, Alex. Oh, damn it. What is it with my eyes today? And I know my cleanup on this print isn't the most immaculate, but that's alright. It's feeling mostly okay now. It really kind of fucked me over yesterday and this morning. But I'm able to twist side by side and not feel like I'm about to jump out of my chair from pain. But I'll catch you later. You have a good one. But yeah, if you go on YouTube, there's a minute-long clip of just angry Optimus Prime noises from the Bay films. That was me trying to get out of bed this morning, and last night after I took a nap. Alright, there. There we go. But I hope everybody's having a fun weekend at least. I hope everybody's sleeping better than me. I have a feeling I'm going to actually sleep pretty well tonight. I'm making a point to actually try and get to bed early. Like, I want to be laying down with my medication in my system by 10 o'clock. The painkillers I took last night did not help one bit. So tonight I'm hoping just Tylenol PM and a little bit of melatonin does a better job. So I want this again. Won't need as much of it though. Okay. Going strictly from above. Just to kind of clean up where I may have gotten a bit too overzealous with the black-red. It's weird the paint's still doing that in some spots, because I put this through an ultrasonic cleaner with a degreasing agent in it. Yeah, but sorry about the interruption earlier. Looks like everything's getting pushed back to Wednesday, because I had to order some pieces that I could have sworn had come with the new leaf springs, but hadn't. So, oops. Well, when you buy new leaf springs and the energy suspension kit for it, you would think that the rectangular leaf spring insulator pads, you know, the ones that go where the U-bolts go, where the shackle holds it to the axle, would have been included in one of the two kits, either for the leaf springs or for the bushings. It was in neither. And I didn't have time to wait for them to get into the local store to order them, so I had to get them off Amazon. Same exact part, same manufacturer, but I'll have them tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Tuesday. And then I've also got a new transmission bushing for the, you know, the transmission crossmember bushing. But I've got a pan leak, so I need to get that fixed first. So I've got a pan gasket on the way. I'm just trying to take care of what I can, you know, or what I can with help. And once I get those leaf springs replaced, this car will officially be further along mechanically than my original one was. Okay. Alright, no worries, Alex. I know. What time are you typically off work? Your time. Because it's about midnight there, that tells me you're 8 hours ahead. Or I shouldn't say what time are you typically off work. What time are you typically home in the afternoons? It's a bit orange, but we'll see what it does. I'm only going to use it as a very high highlight. Because over the next couple days, today was supposed to be the first day of it, but, you know, my back had other plans. But over the next couple days, I want to be on probably more closely to the time you're going to be walking in the door. So you're 4 or 5, 8 hours removed, is like 9 or 10 a.m. here. So tomorrow, I'm going to be starting my streams probably around 8 o'clock. And going from there. I like how that really looks. The reds are kind of blurring in this camera, but in person, that is really rich. I like that. So with me being on then, and if I can manage to maintain that time on my other days off, after starting that habit, expect to have me on a little bit more earlier in the day, I hope. Ah, face! And no, it doesn't put me out being on that early. If anything, it gives me impetus to do it even more. And it's something I've been trying to do, just... I keep getting waylaid by something, and it really ticks me off. Or I just get exhausted from work and I want to sleep in. But like I said, I gotta stop being lazy or else I ain't gonna get shit done. If I keep trying to wait for a better time or a better place, that time or place will never come, or it'll pass me by before I can utilize it. That is used up. I have cat at my foot. Want to make sure I don't roll over his tail. Okay. There's cat in the donut. We're surrounded by cat. So I am going to go wash my hands real quick because they are coated and red. And I don't want to further contaminate anything. And then we'll come back and begin painting the gunship gray. So I'll be right back. I have returned! Alright. Whether or not you think that's a good thing, that's your own opinion. But I'm back. Oh, I forgot to paint her thigh highs. But now that I've got all the red paint off my hands, I can safely touch the model. No, Alex, it's not so much I want to make an adjustment for that. It's more I've noticed that those times are better, and I want to be... Yeah, stream to Return of the King. I want to be in that time more on my days off. It gets me out of bed earlier. It helps me get more in my day. And if I don't start kicking my own ass to do it, nothing else will. Welcome back, Major Havoc. Yeah, it's a good thing I went up and checked, because it turns out we didn't have all of the necessary parts. So Wednesday will now be Leaf Spring Day. Heap. And if in return by being on earlier I can offer viewers more time in this space, then so much the better. And it affords me more time to be on as well. And I'm just making this first. Well, not so much a rookie mistake, because I'd also ordered the energy suspension kit, and typically that kit is supposed to come with them, and this particular one didn't. But they're on the way. They'll be here Tuesday. And the leaf springs will be done Wednesday. But another thing I'll find out tomorrow is we installed the new speedometer gear in the transmission. And I might have a working speedometer, but I'll find that out tomorrow morning. Music. Yeah. That was my arm rubbing the microphone. I'm sure that did not feel comfortable to your ears. I gotta retouch that patch of flesh tone that I just wore off trying to get paint off. Now, the way this character's outfit is, minus all like the red sash and such, kind of reminds me of Lucy from Cyberpunk. Well, the shop's still a few years away. The shop happens after the move. And the move is in 27. For right now. And that's if the world doesn't decide to lose its collective shit like it did back in 1917. I don't know about the rest of you guys. It feels like it. Oh. Just feels like there's too many big personalities wanting to push their weight around again. I think if I were to open up the hobby shop that I've been discussing, there would be reason for people to fly from Denmark to it. Or other nations. Who just rubbed against me? Hi, Frank. Hi, Frankie. You brought the poof. You brought the poof. We'll play fetch in a minute. Exactly, Major Havoc. And while our generation didn't even live through World War I or World War II, and we're lucky the Cold War didn't pop off, I have a really bad feeling about this. And others have said, "Oh, you watch too much Fox News and this and that." I don't watch any singular news channel. I look at what things are being said by various different things and kind of read between the lines. And right now, history's really holding up that mirror going, you know, I kind of like that look. I want to try that again. No. Don't. Itchy, itchy. That's not a good look, history. Let's not do that. Yeah, I know this overall progress isn't looking too pretty, but hopefully it'll start to even out the more I can get on it. What, Frank? I know you're rubbing all over me, buddy. I know. Hold on. I know, buddy. Come here. You want to play fetch? Go get it. He'll be back. I may as well paint these patches while I've got this color on the palette. I'll go back and do the stitching at a later time when I don't have a cat rubbing on my leg, wanting to play fetch. Hi, buddy. You want it? Go get it. I really need to rearrange this room so you guys can see more of it behind me and how he does that with the fetch. Oh, careful. Careful, Frank. He's not a small cat. Did you bring it again? You brought it again. And you drooled on it. Great. Frankie, go! Don't tell me you couldn't get it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, you brought it. Okay. Frankie! Where'd you go? Go get it! He will do this all day if I let him. So that's probably the last toss. For now. I'll do more later tonight when I figure out what movie I want to wind down to. What should I watch? Give me some ideas, as long as it's not a Will Ferrell film. Or Seth Rogen. God, I'm gonna have to go back and get all this stitching with a finer brush after I get this done. That'll be another time. Might do that boring task off stream so I can just go doop, 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 doop. Unless that's what you guys want to watch. What? Okay, fine. Bingo, Alex. Frankie, go get it. What's really sad, if you think about it, is none of those conflicts would have happened had we not had the Cold War. And by extension, World War II as well. But World War II is just the angers of World War I and its after effects coming back to the surface. I mean, there's a million different ways you could think about it. And honestly, you'd drive yourself nuts trying to draw all the correlations. It'd be like that meme of the guy where he's got his hand on the board with all the strings joining everything together. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. So this character has a symbol on her red sash right in the breast area I'm going to have to hand paint it, but I need to get a really good image of it. So that's going to be some off-stream sleuthing. I've got examples of it saved. I just need to really look at it, break it down, and figure out how to do it. And if anyone is working on anything that they'd like to share, you can throw a link up to Instagram or Imager, or even if you have a Discord, you can throw one up there. I have one, but I rarely check it. I should really get better at that too, but I can sit here shooting all over myself, or I can paint the model. I'll show you what I mean. How's that? I'll take a picture of her breast. That didn't sound much better now, did it? See how large I can make it? That didn't sound good either. It looks like it should be pretty simple. It's like a white shield with an emblem in it with like a wreath around it. That. I'll be able to mimic that somehow. I just want to get through, like, the bulk of the painting right now. There's going to be some interesting stuff I've got to do. Interesting to me, anyway. Hey, Robert's here. Haven't seen him in a while. Oh, really? I did not just do that. Come on, get off there. Yeah. Oh, nice. I'm glad it's working out for you. I can save that freehand for a stream, probably tomorrow. I'm aiming to try being on earlier in my day. I don't know if that would be beneficial to you, Robert. A job is better than no job. Okay, yeah, no worries. I know it's hard to do on government computers, too. Yeah, I'm handling this too much when it's still kind of tacky. I've already got to touch up some areas right there. That won't be a big deal. Well, it's not even a real person in that regard. It's a steampunk cyborg that somehow took on the form of this. I haven't played the game, so I don't know off the top of my head. I've heard they're good enough games. I don't have enough time in the day for all the games I think I need to play. But I know that in the Xenoblade series, it has ties to Xenosaga somehow, which in itself is tied to Xenogears. So it's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. And something I might try for her hair, because her hair isn't blue, it's like a blue-gray. Okay, that looks purple there. I'm trying to find an actual screenshot of her from the game. Or at least something equivalent that I could use. Or at least the way the artist that did the files for this has it. What I might do... let me get a picture up. Is painted a medium gray, but then use the Vallejo blue wash on it. And then dry brush it again with that gray, and then maybe some light ghost gray. That way it keeps it at a blue-gray tone. Like that. What, Frank? Huh? You want to fetch again? There you go. Okay, go get it, boy. Freaking cat. Yeah, I'll let this dry a bit more before I go back and attempt to even do the stitching. Because I'll have to hold it and like, just, yeah, I don't want to rub off any more of the red. So. Alright, Gunship Gray. Where did I put you? There you are. Did you bring it back already? Oh, yep, it's by my... Nope, that's Arnie by my foot. I have too much going on. Where is it? Where'd you leave it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is Frank's favorite toy. Go get it! And he's already back with it. Where'd you put it? Where'd you drop it? Oh, there it is. Maybe I should plan on rearranging the room so you guys can see more of it. That way when I play fetch, you can see Frank running for the toy. Make that a channel point thing. Fetch with Frank. What, is he playing with it now? I think so. Oh, Robert, depending on how you want to do it, we're also on Kick. If you wanted to transfer things over there. It's slower right now, but I hope to get it picking up more. Oh, my God. I wouldn't say success, because a lot of the same people that are on Twitch are on there. But for when people sub and stuff like that, it's a better return to the streamer. With a lot of the things that Twitch is allowing and not taking action on, I'm probably going to be leaving them soon. But I'd just like to get more notice on Kick, that way it does grow. I don't think it's being caught by anything over there except bots right now, and I think the more people are on it, the better it'll go. I don't expect anybody to sub. I'm just saying if you want to, they got a better return to the streamer than Twitch does. I am being really sloppy on this figure tonight, aren't I? Because the only thing I can do with YouTube right now, which has the most overall growth, until I get 3,000 watch hours, which means I have to stream more and do more anyway, can't do squat on there. These out so I can paint the gray on them. Don't bite my headphones, Frank. Fenrir left. Boo. Yeah. Yeah, because these are the same kind of mags that are on these. And they go to this, from what I understand. But overall, for showing your support, just wherever is easiest for you guys. Um, I just see Twitch running into some problems soon if they don't start enforcing their own rules. Okay, can I get around the ankle easily enough? I can. I just got one more new follower on there. Didn't say who it was, but... Yeah, that brush isn't going to do it there. Here it's fine because there's more surface to cover. I got to cut too tight on that. So I'll come back to that with a different brush. I don't even know what what this weapon shoots. Like I said, I've not played the game. I could only think it's some kind of like energy crossbow thing. Kind of like what Morena Baccarin was supposed to have at the end of Serenity, but they didn't have the effects to finish. Maybe I'll watch Serenity tonight. It's been a while since I've watched that movie. What do you mean? What do you mean YouTube cut off the remarks? I don't have any settings set up for that. No, I got it. I saw it. Maybe it's displaying in where you are because of the whole restrictions that the EU and the UK have placed on YouTube, but I see it over here. And how do they know you're not talking about a socket? Or a unit of measurement for length? Uh-oh, Ares left. I have no mods. Quick, everybody, cause trouble. No, wait. Don't do that, please. I just saw the files for this character and I thought it'd be a fun one to paint up. I know it won't take too long. Might get my interest in some other figures I printed out ready to go again. The LAV was a fun build, I will say that. I'm happy with how the tires printed out. The camo netting. I've used a similar product in 16th scale, but I didn't know if I'd be able to get it to work in 35th scale. It did. I like how it looks. Okay. I think this part on her knee is also the same gray. I just want to have some place to hold if I need to fall back. Okay, everybody, be good. Ares is back. Oh, I've got some too. You can actually see one right there. The rest of mine are H and K based. Mine's just a lowly M41A pulse rifle, though. Alright, let that dry. Yeah, I used to play, but not so much anymore. I can't physically do it. My knees won't take it in the woods. You'll hear me coming from a mile away because you got the sound of the sticks crunching, and then you got the sound of my knees going. I liked the indoor arena we had here, but the usual Utah need to be the one on top got in the way. And another local shop got angry that this place is taking a lot of their business and did some dirty underhanded crap, got them shut down. Because at least at the indoor arena I was able to kind of move at my own pace, you know? It was big enough to play outdoor style games, but I didn't feel like I had to sprint everywhere, you know? And my setup was always more for long range engagement anyway. Not so much because of like a so-called sniper style setup, but just the way I had things set up. It was flatter, longer, more distant. It was better for that than it was for like CQB type stuff. I did have stuff in case I got into that kind of situation, but that's not how I played. Because I had two different backups depending on the games played. My primary was a G36, and my secondary, depending on the amount of people and the type of game, was either a gas blowback MP7 or an electric MP7. The electric I had cranked down to 200 FPS. You could still feel it, but because the weapon itself was so small, it was like one of three weapons at the field that was allowed to do full auto indoors because it was so small. A broom-handled Mauser would be fun to have for airsoft. And one thing I was working toward at the time, before the field closed, since the cap for full auto indoors was 200 FPS, I asked him, if I got an MG42 and got it cranked all the way down to 200 FPS, could I use it like the smart gun in Aliens and hip fire at full auto? And they're like, fuck yeah. And people felt it. It wasn't like people wouldn't feel it bouncing off of them, but it was one of those things where it was low enough FPS that the full auto helped in that you'd know you were being hit directly because it was just a constant, not just a one hit, oh, was that a ricochet kind of thing. I think that gets either gold or silver. That's red. But I never got the MG42. I kind of stopped playing and fell out of it, and I'm like, eh. One day I'd still like to kind of get a set of Colonial Marine armor, though. Especially if my wife goes to, like, the Salt Lake City Comic Con and stuff like that. Go with her. Ow. Leaning to the side too far, too long. Ow. So the picture shows this is gray. I might make that gun metal because it also has like a shine to it that the rest doesn't. And there's a lot of stuff going on with it, so we might come back to that once we get to the metallics. No, I used to play a lot. I can even show you on the pulse rifle where there's some good dents in it from direct hits. But it's also not painted up like your standard pulse rifle either. Is everything okay with you, Ares, or is whatchamacallit, this thing screwing with you? Castor Lab's messing with you. Because you keep joining and leaving and joining and leaving and joining and leaving. Okay. I might have to stop soon anyway, just to take some more painkillers and let them kick in. And part of it's also I was moving for a while, and now I'm not moving as much. So because of that, I'm tightening up again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and layer in a slightly lighter gray on some of that. That's still too dark as opposed to the black gray that I used. Did you get to ride your hog at all today? Well, if the weather's good, you could always ride it to work, right? set a new subscriber goal on Kick too. See if it helps with anything. Probably not. Alright, no worries. I'm going to do my utmost to be on earlier tomorrow, so you should be able to tune in almost as soon as you get home from work. I know I've said that before, but I'm damn sure going to do it today. Or tomorrow. Ow, ow, ow. So have a good night. Try and get some good rest. I will attempt to do the same myself today. Ow, 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 ow. Can't see it. I might leave some of these to be painted metallics. That definitely. Just to change it up a bit. But I'm gonna have to come back with a slightly lighter gray and do some... I don't know if I want to say blending, but I need to do something. The gray I put on is still too dark. It's a good base, but it's just still a hair too close to black gray. It doesn't stand out enough. I'm still going to finish base coating this stuff, but yeah, I'll be coming back and doing more to it later once it dries. Or there's another movie I haven't watched in a while. Dark City. Who the hell was that? What are you doing, Frank? You keeping Arnie company down there? But I do hope everybody else has had a good weekend. And that you have a good week going into the work week. See, I'm going to finish painting all the armor parts with this gray. So when I go back over with the other one, it'll have that same base under it. Don't have to worry about it being off in tone. I hate painting it twice, but I might have to. And I know the figure's not much to look at right now. They all start out looking like this, and then you start plucking out all the details and all the shadows and highlights. And I think that's where I'll be able to fix this gray the most. Which mix is this? I have to remember to use this one more in the future. Lumina. Okay. So remember the mix named after the Chevy car. And I still don't even know what I'm doing for dinner tonight, to be honest with you guys. Well, it's just me and Mason, and the way our schedules are, he's going to eat when he's hungry. I know, I saw that. Farewell to Chancellor Valorum. And the vote of no confidence that started it all. And I completely forgot to paint that patch, so yeah. Yay me. I got a lot of touch-up work to do on this. I'm being very sloppy and lazy on this figure for some reason. And I really shouldn't be. We'll get it tightened up, but... After the past few days I've had, I'm amazed I'm painting anything at all right now. But to be honest, as much as I'd love to be doped to the gills on painkillers right now, I'm glad I'm not. I hate wasting days like that. I'd rather be in discomfort and pain and still try and do something than to be so out of my gourd that I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there's that. Now let me try something here. I've got neutral gray. I'll mix a little of that in with what I've got here. And we'll try glazing. And I've got to touch up a spot. What color is that supposed to be? That is also gray. Ooh, I've never opened that before. Woohoo! Means it needs to be shaken up a lot more. Ow, 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 ow! Ha! Okay. So this is definitely too light on its own. But if I mix it 50-50-ish, because I want this to be the highlight color on the edges. So let's go back with this mix. Just lightly get the surface a little bit. And there we go. Ah, come on. And I'm really testing it on this side because you're not going to see much of it if I mess up because of that. Who's tickling my feet? That's a Frankie tail. That's better. Actually, I'm probably just going to run with the straight medium gray, because that actually just does look better. Yeah, it does. Alright. And since I've got that splooge of black gray out, sorry for hitting the mic, I can get that spot that I missed. However, I think I'm going to stop for now and just let things dry. I've got a pretty solid coat of color on everything. And the more I handle it, the more I'm going to fuck it up right now. So we're going to stop for now. And plan on me being back on by about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning my time, if not earlier. And yeah, I will see you all later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And I hope you all have a good evening.